Hi, my name is Awak Ibrahim. I am a PhD holder from the Institute of Space Science in Barcelona, Spain. I obtained my PhD in the high energy astrophysics, mainly focusing in study the outbursts of magnetars or magnetar outbursts. Yes, I study magnetar outbursts or the outburst event from magnetars. Outbursts or magnetars in general, they emit in X-ray. They emit in X-ray frequencies or wavelengths. And during my PhD, I mainly focus in study the flaring activities, mainly study the so-called outbursts. Those outbursts are a massive event, transient event, where enormous amount of energy will be released from the magnetar in a scale start from seconds and then decays in a long time scales up to months. Growing up in a rural place in Sudan, in a very beautiful place called Kinana. Everyone in Sudan knows Kinana because it's famous by producing sugar from a sugar cane. I believe every child or every kid, his childhood is shaped with seeing the stars in a very clear nights in the sky, and I was one of those kids or childrens. So growing, being able to see the stars during the very dark nights, I start building passion toward the skies and astronomical objects. As I mentioned earlier, I'm from Sudan. I grew up in Kinana, in a White Nile state. I did all my primary and secondary school in Kinana, starting from Suhaib al-Rum primary school, then Khalid ibn al-Walid primary school, then Al-Hijra secondary school. Then I obtained my bachelor degree in astronomy and meteorology from Omdurman Islamic University, Department of Astronomy and Meteorology. Then afterward, I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to go abroad, mainly to University of Cape Town, UCT, through a very prestigious program called NASP. It stands for National Astrophysics and Space Science Program, which was funded through the SKA. And I was able to obtain my honors and my master degrees both from University of Cape Town and within this the NASP program. Afterward, I was also lucky enough to find an opportunity to pursue my PhD studies in Spain, mainly in Barcelona, at the Institute of Space Sciences, where I work in Magnesia group under the supervision of Nandaria and Francisco, as well as Alici, and all the group were involved, of course, in guiding my career. Well, it's very difficult to say one thing when it comes to the achievements. However, if I say it in terms of the research, of course, during my PhD I was able to publish two papers as first authors related with the study the outburst from magnetars. I would consider those are, of course, one of the peak achievements during my PhD. However, I'm also thankful, of course, for the level of growth that such prestigious program as PhD abroad provide you. So being able to create this mentality of researcher or scientist, that for me is the most valuable part of my PhD program. One thing I like about academia is the fact that it allows you, or it provides you with a very good environment where you meet people from different backgrounds and you learn about different culture and exchange a lot of ideas with people. So that makes you enrich or rich with how to deal with people, how to explore different mentalities. So for me, that's the most positive thing in academia. The second part, what I don't like about academia, I would say there are some internal pressure that not necessarily are helpful in academia, which create a lot of mental issues. And for me, reducing that aspects will be very helpful. So I would say the level of the pressure that you get during within academia leads to I don't want to say destabilize your mental health, but we all know mental health is very important and one of the main struggle that most PhDs struggle with. So yeah.